All right, welcome back to the channel. So Bob Arum throws a bit of a hissy fit at Terence Crawford, says, I'm not interested in promoting him anymore. I'm losing so much money. But at the same time, and in the same sentence, refuses to let him go. Bob, if you're losing so much money, why don't you just let him go? Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So Bob Arum, I read it on an interview with Boxing Scene, article on Boxing Scene earlier this morning. Bob Arum is doing a lot of talking about nothing. And he says that he is delegating. He's upset with Terence Crawford because he's really losing money on Terence Crawford and he doesn't want to deal with Terence Crawford anymore. And he's going to delegate the responsibility of Terence Crawford fights to Todd DeBuff. Man, are you kidding me, dude? I read this article like I thought this guy was going to say he wants to let Terence Crawford go. Instead, I hear a bunch of nothing. and my hat goes off to, I don't wear hats, but if it did, it would go off to Terence Crawford. Good job on frustrating Bob Arum. You must be doing something right. But let's go over it because again, nothing has changed. All Bob Arum did was a bunch of double talk, saying that he's losing money, but at the same time, and saying how he doesn't want to deal with him, but yet he's delegating Terence Crawford's contract to somebody that works for him. So you're not even saying anything because Todd DeBuff works for you. How could you get rid of Terence Crawford by giving him to somebody else who reports to you? Get out of here, dude. That is delegation. That is not saying you're trying to get rid of them. You're just talking. But listening to it, or not listening, reading it, I can see why Bob Arum is so frustrated. And the reason it makes me so happy is because this is something that I do on a regular basis. And when you see things like this happening, bud, you're doing something right. And let me explain what that is, man. First, Bob tells you why he's so upset, right? And he says, I'm losing money on this. I stand by what I'm saying. I'm so mad about Terence Crawford. You know, hiring a lawyer for Terence Crawford is one thing, you know, and coming in and talking to us about the problem. But to put that out in the press, I haven't seen what Terence Crawford put out in the press. So I'm now going to go look for it because my understanding is Terence Crawford put some type of documentation that is going on between the two of them with the public. Love to hear what that is. Regardless, now I have to assume that if he shared it with the public, that means you didn't have like some non-disclosure agreement that would prevent him from doing it. You messed up, Bob. That ain't on Terence. That's on you. If you want something to be held in confidence, you should let people know you want it to be held in confidence. And if it is something that is confidential, it should actually really be confidential before you have a problem. We have a problem with it. But the thing that I liked was this. Bob Arum said that he wanted to get promotion together for the fight with Kell Brook and Terence Crawford, and he wanted to do the promotion during the fight for Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Now, if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you, but maybe he's telling the truth. I've never seen him ever promote Terence Crawford like that when you had a Vasily Lomachenko in any other fight. So why would you do it this time? However, what he said was that it took Terence Crawford too long to get the contract back. So you wanted him to sign a fight contract. You send it to him. And he doesn't turn it around and sign it for you fast enough. Well, was there something wrong with the contract that would make the man say, hold on, let me look at this, let me see? You know, these can be very complicated agreements, man. So if he has an attorney, he gets the agreement, He gives it to the attorney reads it, then the attorney calls him back, and the attorney goes through what the issues are, and Terence says what he wants and what he doesn't like, and the attorney says, okay, well, let's ask for this and let's do that. And you know what that takes? That takes time. And you know what else that is? That's Terence Crawford's right. And it's not only his right, it's his responsibility. Because why would you ever trust somebody that says they hand you an agreement that is for millions of dollars, right? Because the Terence Crawford fight, I do believe, was somewhere around $4 million for Terence Crawford. Why would Terence Crawford rush to sign a contract or a fight contract with a guaranteed amount? Why would he rush that so Bob Arum can promote the fight? That's Bob Arum, so that Bob Arum can promote the fight. That is Bob Arum's problem. That is not Terence Crawford's problem. And even if Terence Crawford is like, yeah, it's both of our problems, and it is a little bit, because Terence should want the show to do well. He should want to cooperate, but that comes after you look at the deal and after you negotiate and you say what you like and what you don't like. And guess what else? Sometimes you just hold on to the agreement because you're trying to negotiate with somebody, and sometimes that amount of time is leverage. So if Bob wanted Terence Crawford to sign the contract faster, maybe there was something that Terence Crawford asked for that Bob Arum didn't want to give, right? So Bob says, no, so Terence is like, hold on, man, I don't want this. I want this, and this change. And Bob comes back, no. I mean, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this for that reason or whatever. Well, no, I think you should do that. And they go back and forth, right? Well, what does Bob Arum consider that to be? Oh, man, you're stalling it out. I mean, I need to get this signed so I can get this promotion done. Hey, Bob, how about you just start doing the promotion? How about you just trust me? You want me to just trust you and read this contract and not read this contract quickly, not have my attorney go over it? I'm not saying he didn't say to have the attorney go over, but not try to negotiate this particular deal? Why would you want me to do that, but yet you think that it's my responsibility to help you promote the fight because I'm getting a guaranteed amount of money, dude. You're the one that's getting, the ratings from ESPN. That seems like that's your job. That's what I like about this whole thing, because it says to me that Terence Crawford is out there trying to haggle. I also talked maybe Friday where I talked about his sister and how his sister Letitia had come out and said a lot of stuff about the fights that Bud was getting and saying a lot of things that Bud himself is not saying, right? But what Bob Arum is saying is exactly what Bud must be doing. Now there you go. As far as that, let me rush this guy to sign the contract, dude, that's your problem, Bob. That ain't his. And if you wanted to promote the fight ahead of time, dude, just promote the fight. Start promoting. You know he's going to take the fight, right? Did the fight take place? Was anybody really in doubt with this fight contract that he wasn't going to fight? No, but you know what Bob Arum would say? Well, yeah, but I'm not going to just go on ahead and just act like that. He's got to sign the contract. That needs to happen. Exactly. Just like Terence Crawford needs to review his contract with his counsel. Needs to happen. See, Bob is one of these dudes that just when you're the big man and you're always used to dealing with a bunch of people coming to you for every contract, right? Bob Arum probably thinks that he can dictate and he's got ways that he's negotiating with these dudes that don't have any background in the subject, right? But Terence Crawford now is mature. He's 33 years old. He's seen fight contract after fight contract. He's more experienced. He knows what his worth is, and he's trying to get his worth, and that's what he's supposed to do. Now, Bob Arum getting mad about it, about something about his net worth, dude, sounds ridiculous. Man, your net worth is based off of all of the stuff that you own versus your debts. Terence Crawford is one line item in that. If Terence Crawford is really killing your net worth like that, let Terence Crawford go and end it. Terence Crawford said, hey, man, let me go. But you know why? What happened? The last part of what Bob Arum said tells you why. Because he says, well, I'm so sick of this. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm giving it to Todd DeBuff. Dude, Todd DeBuff works for you, man. All you're going to do is sit there and tell Todd, first of all, Todd DeBuff should have been handling this, okay? If he's capable of handling it, he should have been handling it. Dude, you are 88 years old. There you go. Just right there, dude, you need to be sitting down and letting these guys do their dang job, man. Because, dude, you at 88 years old, you don't know tomorrow's not promised for anybody. let alone somebody 88 years old. So if you care about your company, guys like Todd DeBuff and these other dudes should have been handling this business. They should have been handling this business 20 years ago when it was time to start bringing up people and letting them run. But that's their in-house problems, not mine. But I will tell you this, Todd DeBuff works for Bob Arum. So how exactly is Terence Crawford dealing with Todd DeBuff, Bob Arum pulling out of the relationship? It's not. It's just double talk. Just like him losing money is double talk. And just like him saying he was upset because Terence Crawford took too much time trying to get the best deal for himself is a bunch of nonsense. But hey, man, what do you expect? But we love to see it unravel in front of everybody. So if you ever happen to go into a deal like that, that's how people behave when they're used to having total control, and you then have your leverage. And what is Terence Crawford's leverage? Bob Arum can't do anything to Terence Crawford. Number one, he can't beat him. Like, I thought Kell Brook. I was like, man, he may be able to rob him with Kell Brook. But he knocked out Kell Brook. He will knock out Jose Ramirez. He will beat Josh Taylor. You don't have anybody. And if you ain't 100% sure that he'll beat him, dog, you like 85 to 90% sure that Terence Crawford will beat everybody on their roster. So Bob Arum can't get him beat, right? He can't. He's got a fan base that are pissed at him in Bud Crawford. However, it's still a fan base. They're still talking about him. They're still doing videos about him. His ratings are still better than Lomachenko's and better than Teofimo Lopez. So he's the most popular fighter and he's the best fighter and the most popular fighter at Top Rank. So what is Bob going to do? Nothing. He can't do anything. He can't find a way to beat him. He can't just sit him on a shelf because he owes him $8 million. So from what I can see, congratulations, Bud. You're doing a great job over there. Now, make the man pay for the Errol Spence Jr. fight and stop saying you don't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. And then, dude, we'll almost be 100% there. But that's my take on the matter. You give me yours. And with that, I'm out. Peace.